indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All right. Well, again, thank y'all very much for being here with us. We will call this, before I get going, if anyone has any citizens' comments, please be sure that Angie gets them. It is 9:03, so we will call this meeting to order. We do have a quorum. And Ms. Iwaski, do you have any citizens' comments at this time? All right. Item 1, consider and take action on minutes from previously held meeting of Commissioners Court on March 3rd, 2020. Are any additions, deletions to the minutes?
Hearing none, Judge, I move we approve the minutes from the previously held Commissioners Court meeting on March 3rd, 2020, as presented.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner Thomas to approve the minutes of the March 3rd, 2020 Commissioners Court as presented. All those in favor? Item passes. Item 2, we have a presentation by Mr. Randy Portello to discuss the 2020 census. Mr. Portello, if you would, please come forward. You are with the census, I'm going to say Census Department, but a part of the outreach group that's been going around working with Commissioner Thomas for a couple of weeks or several weeks now. So, Mr. Thomas, before he begins, do you have anything you would like to say?
Well, I would, Judge. I would like to say something. Judge McKinney asked me to put a committee together, and it's called a Complete Count Committee for the Census. And we did, and we used several people. There's several in the audience today that are on this committee. And we've met, and we've talked about how to get the word out about the census is coming in 2020. And those committees have turned around and divided down into subcommittees and have met at their churches, organizations, cities, or friends, family, to tell people that the census is coming, and now it is. And so today I asked Mr. Portello with the U.S. Census to come and share a little bit about what you're going to be receiving in the mail, an email, a telephone call, so we'll know how to react to the census for 2020 and how important it is. So thank you, Judge, for giving me that minute. And I teamed up with the city of Athens, by the way, and Elizabeth Borstadt. I don't think Elizabeth's here, but she's the city manager for the city of Athens. And her and I worked together to form a committee and to get the word out that the census is coming. So I asked Randy to come today to speak and give us some updates.
Okay.
Thank you.
Pass those around.
Oh, yeah. I got to give them out.
So I'm Randy Portello. I'm partnership specialist with the United States Census Bureau. And at this point in the census, I was promoting it, and with Scotty and partners that are here, we were promoting it. We're changing the phase. We're going into response now. Those are maps of Henderson County that I gave you. Those are called the Response Outreach Area Mapper. And this is basically information of high and low response areas. So the darker blue, which you can see is near the Malakoff area, that is a low response area. And that's what we're trying to pinpoint, a lot of those, trying to get people to respond to the census. I think there's probably, 3,000, 4,000 people in that area, Scotty?
I would think so.
Okay.
Pretty close, yeah.
So that's what this map is showing. And then the next darker color, that's over a 20% no response also. The one in the dark blue, it could be up to 30%, which is not real good. So we're losing a lot of population not being counted. You're losing money by them not being counted, because we get the funds from the state that the government sends to the state every year, which in Texas, since the 2010 census, has been around $59 billion a year that the state gets from the federal government, not from the Census Bureau, but from the federal government, and then they disperse it to the counties, schools, districts, whatever, okay? So just showing you those up in the northwest corner, up by 7 points, And I know that's kind of a rural area, so that's probably why that response area is not very high. And then I'm kind of concerned about that Eustis area because it would seem we'd have a better response there. But this is basically taking off as we go. Right now, dates for the census, March the 12th, people should be receiving their first mailing. There'll be 5 different mailings coming out. The first one is for people to respond online, which is the first time we've ever done this. Online questionnaires. And then you can do it by telephone, or you can just fill out your form. And then if you don't do that, we send out the enumerators to get your information. But we'll get it one way or the other. Whether you know what to answer the door, we'll go to your neighbors and ask how many people live there or whatever. That's called proxy. But we will get information on the population for everybody. It's amazing we're hiring over 500,000 enumerators to cover the United States. So it's a big project. It's a big project. And I was just reading an article that after the very first census was taken in 1790, that's how they established post offices. They took the population so they could put post offices in there so it would be easier to get the mail. So that's kind of an interesting point. But the mapper is very important, and we'll get, soon as the census starts, we will get up-to-date mappers on who's not responding, what areas aren't responding. And we will, like right now, Judge McKinney and Scott, we sat down and we're going to put on an MQA, which is a mobile questionnaire activity here in the lobby of the annex on the 31st of March. And we'll have tables. Josh, is he here? He's gonna put a couple computers in for us. I should have a small laptop myself to do it. So we'll have plenty of laptops or computers in the area if people want to respond right there. So we're doing that. I'm going to try to set up one at Walmart today. I've been hitting the Walmarts, and those are really good because they have a lot of traffic in those areas. What I would ask y'all, if you need to do it in your precinct, let me know. I know out on the eastern side, Chandler, they're real involved in this. I've put on meetings there. Who else? Not so much in the southeast corner. That's pretty rural, isn't it? Yes. Who's in the southeast? That's at precinct 4? Is it? Yeah. That's pretty rural, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
LaRue and places like that.
Yes, sir.
I've worked with those people. I've called on them. But Athens is also Athens proper is a big non-response area that we need to really hit. So churches, anybody, if you've got, if you want to put on an activity, an MQA with me, call me. We'll set it up, and I'll do it at churches, wherever. You know, we just want to get people counted. It means a lot of money to your county. So that's basically. I'm just going to keep it short. So that's basically what we're pushing. We're pushing to get the response in. Okay. Any questions?
I got a question.
Sure.
How have you already got this when? Is this like last year?
This is the last. This is off of the last 2010 census.
Okay.
Plus, we do what's called an American Community Survey every year, and we get responses in from that. So they kind of look at that and kind of level it out because we don't send that to everybody. It's like 45% of the population every year, and they rotate that 45% through the 10 years. And the other important thing is that what you get in your census in your population in this year, that's all you get for 10 years. So that's why it's important to you. Representation also, I forgot to throw that in. We should be getting some extra representation in Texas, I think, this year. I think our populations have gone up that far. So we got 4 back in 2010. We're hoping to get 3 or 4 more this year. Congressional representatives, state reps. They changed the school district. They changed different precincts. So it's real important to get many people counted as possible. Any other questions?
Questions?
Just really quick, Randy, tell about how many questions are on this.
Oh, I forgot, yeah.
Yeah,
The survey itself, or the questionnaire itself this year is only for one person, 9 questions. It doesn't ask anything personal. Basically, how many people live in your house? How many people, are there any other people that live there that you may have not thought that they need to go on, like another relative that lives there? They go on that particular house's survey. It asks about who owns, who rents the house, whatever. Telephone number, your name, your age on April 1, your date of birth, and then it goes into your origin, are you Hispanic or not, and then it goes into race. So those are the 9 questions. The next person only has 7 questions because we drop off the, trying to think of the 2 questions we drop off. We drop off the house question and the telephone number because it's on the first person. So there's only 7 questions after that. So basically, it takes about 6 minutes if you're one person. There's a video out that will be shown at the MQA the 31st, and it only takes about 6 minutes to watch. So, and it goes through the whole questionnaire. So it doesn't take very long. It's not a big, long, drawn out like it used to be.
good. And there's no financial, they don't ask any money questions. It's all about who lives at the house. It's a very simple questionnaire, and I think, like Randy said, 5 minutes max to fill it out. But it's coming, and we think there'll be coming in the next couple of weeks.
No, they should be coming in the mail
in the next couple of
Thursday.
days. Okay, this week.
People should start getting them on Thursday.
Okay.
And then they'll get another mailing in the next week, I think, and then another mailing. There's 5 mailings to make sure people get them. And just tell your friends and neighbors, hey, please fill them out. It's important for y'all.
So we have to wait till we get it in the mail before we do it online?
Well, you got to get your ID number. Your
I
ID
got you.
number is going to
I
be
got
on
you.
the card. You'll either get a card or you're going to get a
Okay.
package.
All right, I got you.
And you'll have an ID number to go online.
Okay.
And you can go online to 2020census.gov, and you can actually see the questionnaire. And you can go online to materials. I can't remember exactly what up at the top, but you can go online and actually watch the video how to do it. So we've set it up pretty easy for everybody. Okay.
Anyone else? So March 12th, the mailings begin.
Well, you should start getting them March 12th.
Okay. What's significant about April 1st?
April 1st is Census Day. That's when we take the initial count. And then from there, we give a 30-day grace period for people who are slow getting them in. And then May 1st, we'll start sending out the enumerators, and those are the people that knock on doors and get the information from you. And then after that, the 31st is the cutoff. So the census basically ends the 31st. We disseminate all the numbers and send them to the president in December. And then the first part of 2021 is when all the redesignation of congressional districts and school districts and everything else is done per the census. So it's important. It's important.
Thank you. Anything else? Mr. Bartello, thank you very much.
You bet. Thank you, Randy.
And Commissioner, thank you, and Ms. Borstadt for y'all's leadership in getting this put together. Item number 3, consider and take action to accept the financials for Henderson County Emergency Service District Number 2, located in Precinct 2. Commissioner?
Yes, Court. The ESD number 2, located in Payne Springs, has sent in their financials, and I believe they've used the same auditor that they've used in the years past, and so this will be for filing purposes only.
Questions? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
I move we accept the financials for Henderson County Emergency Service District Number 2 located in Precinct 2.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Tootley, second by Commissioner McCam to accept the financials for the Henderson County Emergency Service District Number 2, located in Precinct 2 for filing purposes only. All those in favor? Item passes. Item 4, receive financial reports. In our financial reports, we have the combined JP financial report from all 5 precincts. And we also have the February animal shelter donation financial report. These are available for viewing after court for anyone interested. Item 5, consider and take action on payroll distributions and accounts cash sheets. Ms. Harris?
I do have payroll totals for biweekly number 5.
Questions, comments? Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Tootley, second by Commissioner Chaney to approve the payroll distributions for biweekly number 5. All those in favor? Item passes. Item 6, consider and take action on submitted contracts. Have none. Number 7, consider and take action on requests for right-of-way permits, and we have 3 of those today. The first one being in Precinct 1, I think, County Road 1220.
Yes, Judge. Off County Road 1220, located in Precinct 1, there's a water line for actually Crescent Heights water supply, and they're having to do some ditch work. It's not actually in the road, it's on the right-of-way in the ditch. They're just making some repairs there, and I told them that as soon as I go through court, they would make that repair. It's not an emergency repair, but they would like to get it fixed. It's a small leak. And the reason these are important to us, Judge, is as we were working on that road, we were brush cutting down that road, so it keeps us from running into each other. So it's a good communication skill that we're not working where they're actually making that repair. So the communication between us and Crescent Heights is very important, that we know which day they're in there. So they'll call me and set up a date to make this repair.
Questions for Commissioner Thomas?
If there's not any questions, Judge, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the proposed right-of-way activity for Crescent Heights water supply located on County Road 1220, which is also in Precinct 1.
Second.
With Commissioner's authorization?
With Commissioner's authorization to sign.
I can't second that.
Motion made by Commissioner Thomas, second by Commissioner Tootley to approve the right-of-way request from Crescent Heights Water Supply Corporation for water line repair on County Road 1220 with the Commissioner's authorization to sign. All those in favor? Item passes.
Thank you, Court.
The next one is also in Precinct 1, County Road 1315.
Yes, Judge, and actually this is a typo. It should be County Road 1315. It's a pole that they're going to have to change out. It was actually hit by a vehicle that broke the pole. They've actually done some repairs, but it's County Road 1315. It's just one pole and the activity above. So I would like to give them approval to change that pole out, located off County Road 1315 in Precinct 1.
Questions for the Commissioner? Entertain a motion.
Well, if there's not any questions, Judge, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the proposed utility line activity that Encore will do on County Road 1315 in Crossroads. It's located in Precinct 1 with my authorization to sign.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Thomas, second by Commissioner Chaney to approve the right-of-way request from Encore Electric Delivery Services on County Road 1315 with the Commissioner's authorization to sign. All those in favor? Item passes.
Thank you, Court.
Next one is, it looks like in precinct 4, County Road 4224. Commissioner?
Yes, Mark Richardson and I did go look at this road. It's a fairly narrow area where they want to bore under the road and to get to a new house they're building on the other side. So we didn't see any problem with that. So with that, entertain any questions, or I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Question?
With the Commissioner's authority to sign.
Are there any questions for the Commissioner?
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Chaney, second by Commissioner McCam to approve the right-of-way request on County Road 4224 for a right-of-way bore. All those in favor? Excuse me, with the Commissioner's authorization to sign. All those in favor? Item passes. All right. Item 8, consider and take action on submitted budget amendments. Ms. Lee?
Yep, we do have budget amendments this week. These are all for 2020. They were basically errors and oversights when we were doing the budget that we need.
Questions for Ms. Lee?
No questions, Judge.
I'll make a motion to approve the budget amendments.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Chaney, second by Commissioner McCam to approve the budget amendments as presented. All those in favor? Item passes. Item 9, consider and take action on payment of bills.
Yes, Judge. For 2019, this week, I have $251.77. That is a different number than I initially sent out. I had to lower it because of a duplicate invoice. But I did resend that yesterday.
Questions? Entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the 2019 $251.77.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Chaney, second by Commissioner Tootley to approve the 2019 bills in the amount of what?
$251.77.
$251.77. All those in favor? Item passes.
Okay, and for 2020 this week, I have $473,289.76.
Commissioner Thomas, questions?
I have no questions, Judge.
Commissioner Tootley?
None.
Commissioner McCam?
I have none.
Commissioner
No,
Chaney?
sir.
Entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Thomas to approve the bills in the amount of $473,289.76.
478, wasn't it? 473. Okay. All right.
$473,289.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. All those in favor? Item passes. Item 10, consider and take action on submitted plats.
Precinct 2 and all these pages.
Commissioner?
Yes, Court, I handed you out the plat. It's in Pinnacle Club, Phase 2, Section E. It's going from 4 lots down to 1 lot. All the HOA president is signed and all signatures are on the plat.
Questions for the Commissioner? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
Move we accept the replat of Pinnacle Club Phase 2, Section E, 1 lot going to Lot 483-R.
I'll second that.
With judges Arthur filing purposes only.
I'll second that.
Motion made by Commissioner Tootley, second by Commissioner Chaney to approve the final replat in the Pinnacle Club Phase 2, Section E, creating Lot 483R for filing purposes only. All those in favor? Item passes. Item 11, open and consider bids.
This morning, I'd like to get the specifications approved for a request for proposals on bridge construction, repair, and maintenance. Looking at the timeline, if the specifications are approved today, we can run the ad in the paper on this Saturday, the 14th, next Saturday, the 21st, do the opening on March 31st, and have it presented to court on April 7th.
Questions?
What do, you have to wait a week for the court to, after March 31st?
If we open them at 2 o'clock on the 31st, then the next court would be the 7th.
The 4/7?
Yes.
Any other questions?
So no questions, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Cheney, second by Commissioner Tooley to approve it's actually a proposal, right?
Yes.
For the RFP for these,
Request for proposal for the FY 2020 bridge construction repair and
the
maintenance.
specifications. That's the
Yes.
word I was looking for.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Commissioner Cheney, Commissioner Tooley approving the proposal specifications for bridge maintenance and construction. Anything else?
Yes.
All those in favor? Item passes. We signed up? Commissioner Cheney, are we signed up on all our bills?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Item 12, consider and take action to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner McCam to adjourn. All those in favor? Item passes. Thank you very much for being here today. We appreciate you being out and being interested. Have a good week.